Alright, so first off, before I get into the main subject, we gotta talk about a problem that we're having in the TSM house right now. So, in the front of the door on the fridge, you got the little ice machine. Well, it's already pretty much melted, but I used the crushed ice, right? I feel like it's the better version of ice, crushed ice. And Sick uses cubed ice, so I gotta switch it every time that I go down there. And he was telling me that I'm an idiot for using crushed ice, so leave in the comments crush or cubed ice because I'm pretty sure cubed is better or crushed is better, but whatever. Anyways, on the main subject, so every time I go to Reddit, not always after I lose a match, um, but anytime I'll watch a game like fucking Fnatic versus Virtus Pro or Fnatic, whatever. It doesn't really matter. My main point is like I watch a game, it'll be a good game, right? Maybe it's like 16-13 loss for like Fnatic. Maybe they lose this game. And all right, first let me clarify that I'm not talking to trolls, people baiting out reactions, people that lost skins that are just mad. You're all fucking idiots. You know who you are. I'm not talking to you people. I'm talking to the people that are like that just bandwagon the best team on the block. And I feel like there's like this huge thing in CS:GO where like people love to be fans of teams that are winning, and if their team doesn't win, they'll either jump ship or they'll just start talking mad shit about the team that they're supposedly fans on. Like one of the things about being a fan of a team is like kind of like the ride or die mentality. Like in 1.6, I was always a fan of MTW and Trace, and they didn't win shit. They got second a lot, third, fourth, fifth, but they didn't really ever win a tournament. I think they might have won one tournament ever, and I was a fan of them the whole time. And I never stopped like always rooting for them. And when they lost, is they lose like they used to lose to Navi a lot, especially on train. Um, and they lose like 16-14 like every time, like OT. Every once in a while you get crushed, but that is what it is. But yeah, anyways, my point is like the whole time I was always a fan of them because I liked their play style and or I liked Trace and some of the players on the team. I liked the way that they played the game. And in this community, it's just like, what have you done for me lately? And it's just like if your team starts slumping, like if you've been a fan of Virtus Pro, you're the ultimate example of like a real fan. Like they have their ups and their downs. So like for 3 months they might be winning something. For the next month they might literally bomb out of every tournament. Then might play average, they might play bad, and then they'll do really godlike again. Maybe win an event or two here, and then they'll go back down a bit. And it's just like what? That's okay. Like it's okay. Not every team is gonna be like Fnatic and consistently win. Like how would that even work? How would it work if everyone's favorite team always won? It would make no sense. So people gotta lose, right? And now there's there's a little bit. I mean, obviously you can have some sort of like criticism of your favorite team if they're losing, and I get it. But another thing is just like there's so many armchair warriors that act like they know what they're talking about. You do not know what it's like to play at a high level. You don't. As much as you think you do from watching games, your matchmaking experience and your ESCA pug or face it pug don't mean shit when you're playing versus Olaf. It's just true. Like it doesn't matter. Like everything you think that's smart is no longer smart anymore. You have to throw a lot of things at the window when you play certain teams. If you play versus Astralis, you know what? You can watch demos of them. You can kind of see how they play. Certain teams won't go outside their comfort zone, but when you play versus a team like Fnatic, they will go outside of their own comfort zone. Their players will make plays at any point in time. They might push something randomly. They might just fucking kill you, hit a really nice shot. And playing the way I like to say it is like if Fnatic is always playing European teams like Navi and VP and Australis, and those teams are all really tactically sound. Okay, every strat they do makes sense. Everything they do makes sense, and they have really good Molotovs, flashbangs, smokes, really good timings, and they always beat those teams. Okay, Fnatic is really good at beating Australis, beating VP, etc. Now, if I am on TSM or I'm on C9 or I'm on whoever and NA team, NA like North American, not don't count. I'm not counting Brazilians. They're really good. I'm not for all the hate for all the people that are gonna rage at me. I'm not I'm excluding them because they're not North American. So, um, if I'm on any of these teams and you play Fnatic, why would I win doing the same stuff Australis did if I'm like a budget version of Australis, right? I mean, it just doesn't make sense in my mind, like, for that to work. So when people are all like, oh, well, they should do more executes, like, look at all the top teams. People do not run around throwing 5 Molotovs and 5 smokes into sites. I'm sorry. Now, I know people don't like the way I call. I give fairly consistent results on T side. I feel like um, we lost 16-5 to C9 the other day. We got into sites. We just lost every 2v2, 1v3, 1v2, 1v2. We got like 1v3'd randomly by Shroud with the Scout. And I mean, like, in my opinion, it was like the individual mistakes in the when the round was breaking down that lost us the round. So people also have to take into consideration if the strat was bad. If you do a strat and you get the bomb down in a 3v3 and you lose the round, the strat was good. Okay, this is something that callers have a problem with. This is players have a problem with. The strat is not bad because the round was lost. So sometimes you'll do something, and like say we'll do. I remember one time we played Echo Fox in a match a long time ago when I wasn't calling, and Valens called a cat execute where we have like literally like 25, like it's like a dude. There's like just a rain of flashes, like just flash, 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 and there's like 3 smokes. We do a different modified version of it now, but kind of the same, but it's a little bit tweaked. And either way, it's very similar. So on this round, Mo, of all players, got like 2 kills, and we're thinking like people are complaining like, oh man, like the flash is fucked up. Then you go back and you look at the VOD or demo or whatever, and he actually got both the kills blind, or one of the kills blind or whatever, and then he got unblind and re-peaked, because the very first player is the most important part on Dust 2, scaling, right? Because if the first guy gets close to the Opper, he'll kill him, or at least take him out of commission and long enough that the second and third guy can cross and get in the site and trade and get the bomb down. Now, that's the thing where players have a problem with it, like, so you have to really understand, like, what actually happened in the round. Like, a strat could be terrible, right? Like, oh, let's just go walk 5 out mid on train. But if you get out and you get the entry and you smoke Z, and everyone's in good spots, you have a dude Hell, you have a dude CT Heaven, you have a dude in Ladder, you have a dude T mid, and you got the bomb planner, and he hangs around E-box or something, and it's a 5v4. I don't know how you get in this situation. I'm just saying, let's just magically make it, and then you lose the round. Sometimes I played with people that'll be like, oh, well, I don't really like just walking out mid. And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this, you can't blame the strat. Maybe the strat wasn't good, but like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, people have a very hard time. So players, people watching, try to understand how the round was lost. Same with CT side. Like, CT side is harder to have a strat. You can do. It's more about gimmicks. You have a really weird flash push, or like you want to op push something. You get a mag close. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not so much about strats. CT is more individual based, in my opinion, which is why most of the teams that win consistently are the most individually based teams. Because when it gets down to CT side, it really comes down to just holding your spot and hitting your shots. And it doesn't matter how tactical your team is or how many like smart players you have. On CT side, when it comes down to it, you can have the best crossfire in the world, but if it takes you 8 bulls to kill a guy and the second guy trades on you, it doesn't really matter, So that's why I think skill matters more when it comes to CT. Now I'm getting kind of off topic because I just rant and these things aren't planned or anything, but another thing is just like, you'll see people, again, going back to like the bandwagon jumpers on like whatever favorite, like the hot team of the week is like, it's okay for your team to slump. Like if Fnatic now does nothing for 3 months, that's okay. They shouldn't make a roster change. They shouldn't do anything. Like, they just got to work through it. Maybe people figured out how to counter Olaf. Maybe JW plays bad. Maybe Flusha, isn't. He feels weird calling, and his calling doesn't feel normal, and something's off. Like, people will work through these problems. So I don't really necessarily. I just think people jump to conclusions so too much. Like, they just want change and they want instant gratification all the time. And people often say on forums like, "Oh, NA teams roster swap all the time, all the time, all the time." So then we'll be doing okay, right? So, third MLG. I don't really care about E League. We did ringer. Um, then like I'll just uh, sorry, I'm just lost in my own head. And then we got we qualified for ECS by being like Optic, and I mean CLG had PETA playing whatever, but um, and then we got third, fourth at ECS, and then we got second in the Ivy Power Cup. So like our results are not like terrible. They're not like bad. They're not like the greatest results of all time. It's not like I'm walking around like thinking I'm the sickest kid on the block. I know we still have like we still have to go upwards. It's not like we're done. But at the same time, our results are pretty decent. And then I have people like on forums just being like, replace this guy, replace that guy, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, like, what do you want? Like, SK or LG, whatever you want to remember them as, Kaboom, they didn't replace Steeler Bolts for like a year. So, in my opinion, like, I think you should give a roster 6 months to a year to really prove its worth, right? So, like, if you play for 6 months and the same dude is always minus 100 and his role is like important, like he's an entry fragger or like, um, he's your lurker or something, and he's just bad every game, then management or people, maybe that means more, right? Maybe that makes more sense because the same guy is continuously underperforming, never shows up. Okay, I get it. But then again, it's still a team game, and you don't know what he's actually doing. Like on our team, like FNS, I'll throw him in first sometimes, and he's just gonna die. Like that's just the fact of the matter is he's gonna die. But guess what? Sick and Twist are right behind him. Tim's lurk on the other side of the map, and usually I'm the guy that I have an op, and usually I'll clear up to a certain amount on whatever map we're playing, and then I'll throw the flashes, like the simple flashes or a smoke or whatever to get out. So it's like almost like I'm a support opper. So like this is what I like to say is like I don't feel like I'm performing my best personally. I'm also calling right now, but at the same time, when Valens was calling, I was like first or second best fragger on my team up until I started calling. So it's like for me, it's like I know that I'm better than like how I'm playing, but again, sometimes things take something out of you, so you have to take things into consideration when you're talking shit about people. Now, granted, you can be like, oh well, Fallen calls and he ops, and dude, honestly, mad respect to the guy. Like, I have a very hard time performing on T side sometimes when it's a stomp, it's a stomp, right? But when I'm like when I'm really thinking and just trying to direct everyone, especially with a little bit younger players on the team, like I talk a lot, and it just like it can get me killed. And also, I think I play a little bit more selfless when you're a caller because if I have a CZ or an AK or something, I'm more likely to just be like, as the caller, and if I have like, let's say I have an intuition, like I'm like, okay, we could just go out here, we're like very dry, like just follow me. I rather go first, even if FNS or Sick might be better at getting the frag, or it might make more sense for me to be fourth, because I know my timings. Like I know the timings that I want to go at. So like sometimes even if I am fourth and I have Sick first or something, and I say like go now, the way that he's gonna go might be different. I might want to just have someone run out and like b hop around the corner, and literally like sometimes I'll have a CZ, sometimes b hopping around the corner and just sacrificing your life for the greater good is what you need to do. It's what you need to do to win the round. And people don't care. They just look at tab. They just look at the scoreboard at the end of the game. And this isn't me being like, oh, well, I'm the sickest player ever, but I I jump around every corner and die. No, I know that I could hit more shots and stuff like that. It's not an excuse. It's just saying that there's more to the end of the game than the stats, like, and that goes for every team. There's a reason why teams like FaZe don't like just own everyone with all the talent they have. Like, you need some people, and I'm not saying they don't have selfless people or anything. I'm just saying like stacking more skill on skill on skill can work, but like it has to be like a Fnatic scenario. Like even Fnatic, like you could make a case that there's better players they could pick up in Sweden. You got Get Right on Nip, you got Twist on Godsend or whatever the hell they're called now. I mean, those players in theory could be better than some of the people on Fnatic skill wise, but I would never replace someone on Fnatic with them. It would just make no sense. You break the chemistry, you break like the bond and all the time they spent together, and it just makes no sense, right? Like, why would you do that? It just doesn't make any sense. So I just see like so many people just don't get it, and like people sit there and they love to act like they know what they're talking about. And you know what? it's so funny because like I started like I thought this was just a gaming thing. I thought like, oh, it's just people in games are fucking idiots. No, it's just everyone is a fucking idiot. Like you go to any video, like a lifting video, bodybuilding video, fucking sport video, Usain Bolt running, Olympics, whatever. There's always someone that thinks that like the person could be better or is doing something wrong, and it blows my mind. Like some dude will deadlift like 900 pounds, and he'll just be like, "Oh, he's gonna snap his back if he keeps deadlifting like that." I'm like, "Yeah, how much do you deadlift? Like what? Like 2 plates, bro? Chill." Like it's just, when you're not doing something at an elite level, then shut the fuck up. All right, like you don't know what you're talking about. So there's more to high level CS. Like if you play Premier or you play a lower level league, I surely believe you could just run strats all the time and it would probably beat them. But when you play versus high level teams, you have to like, dude. Honestly, Mirage execute, smokes come flying over the wall. I'm an A player. I'm like, yo, they're doing the A strat. Everyone's played versus the fucking A strat a million times. They all know what to do. Molly T ramp, fucking smoke off halls, nade halls, whatever, depending on how much time you have. Rain flashes to delay, spam the smokes if you're playing retake. People start flanking, and then you're trapped in a site. People are spamming the common spots to get the bomb down. So, like, doing that strat to a lot of people that are uneducated seems like, oh, well, you could just throw all the smokes and get the bomb down. And then when the bomb's down, you just hold it. And it's easy. And it's like, no, bro, it's not easy when you play versus people that actually know what they're doing. It's better to get mid control, leave a lurker somewhere like ladder, connector, or window, depending on where you can get them, where you think is a good idea, and then falling back to A and taking it with like one spawn smoke or one jungle smoke. I mean, I don't care what anyone tells me. Like those are the things that good teams do to win. Simplicity and not having a lot of tells of what you're doing is better, in my opinion, than just doing these crazy strats. Um, Now maybe a team will do crazy ass strats and just like break the game. Sure, maybe, but it's also a lot easier to lose a round doing a strat because you have to have people in vulnerable spots holding nades out. If you do an AXQ Mirage and people push the ramp, then you'll just have people like holding nades out. Now you could dedicate one guy to like watching the push, but even then, like he could get 1v1 and run away, and then the whole strat is ruined. So I don't know. And I've had fairly successful T sides, so this isn't like I get 3 rounds all the time when I'm saying this. Like, you know what I mean? So I think I have somewhat credibility to say this. Um, Not saying I'm the best caller in the world either. I'm not saying that. I think confusing your enemy and keeping them on their toes is more important than running the greatest strat of all time. Because when Valens was calling, we did run a lot of really good strats, tons of smokes and nades, and you know what? Like they weren't bad strats. We still run some of them. Sometimes it's great that we have them all because if I ever think like strats are not bad, but I just don't, and I think you should do them. I just to clarify, I don't think you should do them all the time. So like we'll have full inter-exec on train's pretty good. The Mirage AXQ is good. If they do mid control while you do that strat, they pretty much like are screwed because you'll get the bomb down and just get in real good spots. So I know there's merit to doing these sometimes. I just think people just expect everyone to just like run a default, walk around, throw 5 smokes and 5 mollies and 5 flashes, and then just like go hit a site. And the game doesn't work like that. And another thing is like, um, yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's just one of those things that kind of annoys me when people just act like they're like these fucking gods of the game. It's like, dude, honestly, then make a team. Honestly, you can find anyone can be trained to throw a flash and a molly and a smoke. So if you really believe that you could beat top level teams by just throwing really good sick nades and flashes, then go find 5 players that are okay and go create the greatest strats of all time and or steal them and do them all the time because you won't get far. Um, yeah. Also, I won't go into that. Maybe that's another video. I don't even know. Fuck y'all.